Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be continuing the series I've started about Maureen, the characters I'm going to play as a solo D&D player. Friendly reminder, she looks like this, and this will be a fox companion. She is a ranger and she's a folk hero. Last time we went through a background and a family, and today we're going to be starting on creating the village she's from. So I went ahead and found a name already because there's no interest in me just tapping on the random generator until I find something I like, and that is going to be Kelindr. It's kind of Celtic, I think. It fits the vibes of the family. And to be building the village today, we are going to be using spectacular settlements. I've used it already to create different cities in my D&D campaigns, so we're going to be using it too. If you're interested, I will put the link down below so you can have a look at it. It's such an incredible resource. So I'm going to go ahead and try to find the village. 45, let's go. Here we go, villages. So let's see what we have. Okay, we're going to start with the age of our village. Okay, so let's go age, and I need a D20. 20, yay! Ancient village. Interesting. That gives us +4 to hardship likelihood. Okay, that's a good start. It tells us the village was established near to or more than a century ago. So we're talking old. Perfect. Oh, so we do have hardships. So hardship likelihood, we enjoy +4. Jesus Christ. 8 + 4, that is 12. We've got 2 hardships, which does make sense, and it describes it as difficult situations. So let's have a look. We've got a D8 to see what that kind of hardship was. So we've got 2 of them. The first one, 5, weather. Okay, and how did it go? 2 catastrophic losses. Gee. Okay. Good start. Catastrophic. Okay, and that gives us -5 to hardship type. Also, I just want to say this is absolutely not necessary when you are creating a campaign or anything like this. I just love those and not like this. So what do we have? Let's see. Hardship type modified attributes. What are the modified attributes? Okay, I see. So because we have condition, and we have size. Right. Okay, I see. Yeah, so it's attribute for the village itself. Okay, and we've got our second one, which is going to be 8 again. 3. Oh, raid. Ooh. And the outcome, please pray for me. Where's my D10? Jesus Christ. 6 heavy losses. Heavy losses is -3 to size, population, wealth, and density. Good start, very good start. Okay, so let's have a look then. So D20 for the size of the village. That's how many buildings we got. 13 minus 5 minus 3. So that's 5. Small village. And that gives us about 30 buildings, which I guess counts houses as buildings. Okay, cool. And then the condition, 13 again, minus 5, that is 8. Simple. Okay. Simple. What does that tell us? Simple is most buildings are organized and seem sturdy enough, though there is nothing remarkable. The streets are clear enough to move through, but maybe uneven and rutted. Okay, could have been worse. Could have been better, but could have been worse, for sure. And doesn't give us anything for population wealth. Then we've got our environment. So from Maureen's backstory, we already know that there are mountains nearby. So I'm going to keep that. But that doesn't mean we live in the mountains directly. And that is a D10. 5, a river. Okay. Okay, the village is near a steady flowing stream or other water course. That is good for agriculture. We do need our river. And then we've got our specialty. What are we good at? 1, none. The village is unremarkable or not widely known for any unusual thing. Should we try again? 4, livestock. Okay, which makes sense. Okay, specialty. Livestock. Okay, cool. Now we do have resources. So let's have a look. Let's see how it works. I need to stop and read. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. So let's have a look. 9 being mining. Okay. Okay, mining. And that tells us where metal ores are excavated from the ground, cleaned and sorted, and then used. Blah, 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 blah. We do get a foreman station. A mine, obviously. So mountains once again, and a smithy. Okay, perfect. Amazing. Okay, so let's see what we have in recent history. What has happened lately? Because I'm going to guess those ones were like later, like earlier in the story of the village. This is more recent. So we need a D12. 4. Out of favor. The village will be subject to the ire of nearby ruler or entity. This is not the vibe I want to bring to the party. 2. Attacks. Jesus Christ. Okay, 7. Good fortune. Yeah, look. First try. Good fortune. And that is the village has received favorable notice from a nearby ruler or entity of note. Okay. Alright, so that gives us an idea of what is going on with the village. So it's a very old village. We had some bad weather conditions in the past. Should I roll for that? Do I have something like this? No. Oh, but I do think. Let's see, solar amateur book. I'm pretty sure there is weather here. Let's see, solo, terrible, but you will not imagine. There isn't. Okay, so let's. I'm going to use the oracle. Okay. Was this related to the mountain? I was going to say +2, very likely. Yes. So, was it some kind of snowstorm? Likely? Yes. Okay, perfect. That's pretty straightforward then. Okay, that was snowstorm. So, this ancient village, there was a snowstorm a few decades ago that was catastrophic and on the village. Then we had some heavy losses because of some raids. So we are now a small village with about 30 buildings and pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We do have the mountain nearby, but we mostly live next to a river. We specialize in livestock, and then we also have minings from the mountain going on for us, and we are in the good. I'm interested in livestock. Let's see. 1 for sheep, 2 for horses, 3 for cows, and 4 for goats. 4 goats, yay! So a lot of goat cheese going on, I think. Now, okay, that was step 1, which is called, let's see, basic information. Okay. Now we're going to go to step 2, community. Amazing. So population density, and we've got some modifiers, right? We've got density -3. Okay, that gives us an 11. Populace. Okay. Density, populace. And it tells me there are enough people here for the village to manage all tasks without difficulty. Alright, that's cool. And 0 to crime roll, amazing. And then demographic. We know for sure they are humans, elves, and halflings, based on Maureen's backstory, but let's see if it tells me a bit more. 7. Only 2. No, that doesn't work. 13. Normal distribution. So we've got 50%. We've got 25%. And 15%. And 10, that is others. So I'm going to say 50% human. 25% halfling, I don't know how to spell, and 15% elf, and then some gnomes or whatever. Wait, should I change that? Yes, I should change that. because we've got the mines. It would not make sense to have dwarves. I think it would. So let's change that. So no elf. And we're going to bump down those ones. Okay. Dwarves. We're going to keep a lot of halflings. And then humans. Okay. So she's going to feel very big in this village. Now we've got our disposition. And that's going to be 20, I guess. Yes. 8. Neutral. So it tells us locals are standoffish or perhaps hard on the outside but can be friendly once you get to know them. So yeah, that makes sense. And then we've got law enforcement. Seven again. Disorganized rabble. No. Okay, 19, that's better. Sheriff and deputy. Okay. Sheriff and a handful of deputies who are officially sanctioned authorities maintain a firm hold on the village. They maintain civility and an official capacity. And we've got 2+2 to crime. I'm hoping that's positive, as in there is no crime. And then leadership. Oh, 6. 3. External ruler. The village owes fealty to a ruler who is located outside of the village itself. And we do know that good fortune. So whichever person is in charge of the village doesn't lead quite a lot, but is kind of proud of what we are doing. Now, wealth. Three. Destitute. He said no. 5. Impoverish. Around half of the business are good to go. No, come on, let's be nice. 18. Yay! Wealthy. That's the good thing about doing things yourself. You can change anything you want if you don't feel like it. So the villagers are well off, perhaps even able to indulge once in a while, and that's -2 to crime. So they cancel each other out. And here we go. Crime. 7. Rare. Most villagers have had no personal experience with crime, and few knows people that have. Okay. That's good. Especially after so many raids. People are like, nah, not anymore, thank you. And that's +1 to urban encounter. Okay, it started to shape like to look like a village. Perfect. Okay, number 3, we've got points of interest. And oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, ignore that. So, because we are small, we've got 1d2 place of worship, so 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. 1. Okay, so we've got 1 place of worship. And we know that most of the people follow the new gods instead of the old ways, so that does make sense. So let's see what kind of place we have. 13 gives us oratory. I've heard that word before, so something new. Modest building with sittings for attendees, appointed with various items or image relating to that which the faith venerates. Alright. And let's see how zealous people are. 8, subtle. Followers of the faith may be identifiable, remain very reserved. Okay. And what kind of face do we have? Interesting. And 10 for neutral. So neutral we got. Now we have a small village, so we've got one place of gathering. Okay, let's see. Number 1, amphitheater. Or gathering hall, general buildings used for community organized activity. Dwarf and halflings will more likely like a gathering hall, I think. Okay, and then we can have 2 other locations with a D100. Let's roll that again. 40 is Wainwright. Build carts and wagons. Makes sense. If we have a lot of mining going on, it does make sense to have those kind of things, to be shipping stuff from the mine without any issue. And then we've got the second one, which is 17 general store. And we said we have foreman station, the mine, and the smithy. I've got an idea, so let's have a look. Are they using goats instead of horses to be helping with the wagons and the carts? And I'm going to put +2, very likely. 3, no, but are they using that for something else? Okay, let's see. That's a good idea. So we've got our goats, which goats, so for wagons, for milk, for meat, and also for their fur. So it's a one size shape hole, kind of. I do want a tavern, because otherwise it's a bit sad. There was something not in a tavern. This book assumes that most villages are places that have a heavy focus on community, maybe remote and rural, not intended to have a commercial focus. The structure population villages are homes or building built for the village needs. The village will not typically attract enough traffic to warrant an inn or tavern. Instead, if there is room, place to stay in the home, if someone wants a drink, they may go to a neighbor fireside and drink a homemade brew, beverage purchased at market. I don't know how I feel about that, if only because how much? 75% of our population is dwarves and halflings who do enjoy a drink. So, fuck that. We are going to add a tavern. Like a small one. Alright. Extra intrigue. Let's see. So we've got events. So D10. Number 1, birth or birthday. Blessings are sought for individual on the day of their birth. That's kind of boring. 6, political. A celebration honoring events of national significance. Great victory, getting independence. Still not interesting. Jesus Christ. 2, party. Fun events that bring the community together. Yes. Okay, and then political rumors. 4, a noble wedding. Alright. A local noble has just married the son of a daughter of well-loved family. Ooh, that's interesting. Superstitions, that's cool. You did not see me blow for 5 minutes. Okay, out of 9? Oh no, out of 20. My bad. Okay. 5. Never stick a knife point down into wood or a cutting block, as it invites acts of violence among those nearby. Okay. Let's take a knife. What is it? Point down in wood. And you know what? I'm going to guess that has something to do with the raids. So let's see. It happened as the start of the raids. Like maybe it was just a group of criminals passing by. They just wanted to drink, and then one thing led to another. They had a fight at the tavern. One of them just like put his knife in the table, and it started everything. And now people are afraid of that because what happened? The size, the wealth, and the density of the village were affected. So that makes sense. Now, what is going on? Mm, 6. Number 1, workers' compensation. A worker has been injured at a job and folks are rushing to help them. That's boring. 5. They are mine. 2 villagers are competing for the hand of a local heartthrob. I'm not sure. 6. Echoes in the deep villager where swears they can hear sounds like voice coming from underground. Oh, that is good. Because mine. Okay. Villager swears they can what? Hear sounds. Down the mine. Okay, cool. And we've got opportunities. Six, shady doings. Strange symbols are discovered written on the walls of certain homes or other building. Bits of bones or pile of stone placed just so have been found. Something or someone is trying to send a message or accomplish a less than savory task. What is it and why is it appearing? Okay, I like this one. So shady doings, strange symbol. Written on the wall. Of some houses. And I feel like Maureen's house would be affected by that. And she might want to go and have a look. Now, whether Let's have a look. 9. Tornado. Absolutely not. 0. Ideal. Okay, cool. And danger level. Okay. 3. No danger. Right. Perfect, that's it then. Alright. So let's have a look. So we do have an ancient village that is small. They've got about 30 buildings with simple conditions, and we've got mountains and a river. Goats are the big deal around us, and we've got mining going on. We are in the good fortunes of the noble nearby because he did something right. Yes, he married one of the girls of the village. We've got quite a bit of population with dwarves, halfling and humans, and we're kind of fine with newcomers, but not really. We've got a sheriff and deputies. We've got our leadership, quite wealthy, and crime is rare. We do have one place of worship to a neutral god. We've got the gathering hall. Ooh, did the party happen there then? Probably. And then we've got someone building carts and wagons, general store, foreman station, the mine itself, the smithy, and the tavern. We do quite enjoy our parties at the gathering hall, obviously. And we've got the superstition that if you stick your knife, point on into wood, you mean trouble. Someone in the mines can swear they are hearing sounds that are a bit weird, and some strange symbols have started to appear on the walls of some houses. Alright. Should we see to make a map out of this? Okay. Let's try and have a look then. So we do have a map. And let's see. I'm going to grab some more dice. So we can have that going on. So let's see. We're going to start with our river. Oops. G. Okay. So we've got a river like this. Can we see properly? Probably not. And let's see where our mountain range is. Ooh, this. Alright, so we've got a mountain range here, kinda going on. That's super rough, but I'll clean that later. And let's see, our mine is going to be here. Perfect. Should I do that in black instead? Yeah. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I use Incarnate instead of doing my own maps. And we do have the river like this. So, where are we going to put our general store? Okay, why not? Okay, where is going to be our tavern? That's a bit far. Okay, ooh, by the river, that's cool. Okay. We're going to put our foreman station. Oh, what do we have left? Oh, the wain drive. We do have our smithy. Okay, on the side too. General store, foreman station, smithy, tavern. Right. Okay, that's our 4 main. Now, do we have a bit of forest? Yep. So we've got forest. I thought this was like here somewhere. Okay, perfect. Do we have anything else? Oh, general store just at the entrance of the forest. That's cool. And where's our main road going to be? Okay, so our main road is going to go like this to the tavern, and then the side of the mountains. And let's say the noble house is going to be over there. Okay, perfect. And where should Maureen live? All the way there? I would say here-ish. Okay, perfect. And that looks good for us right now, but you're going to see with the magic of editing. Here's the map. And thank you very much for following me along. Please subscribe if you want to see more. I'm going to start playing with Maureen very, very soon. Thank you so much. Bye.